Hi, ladies. Just want to start out by saying Happy New Year. Uh, well, I know we're all a little tired from our New Year's Eve parties last night. You know, watching the ball drop, movie marathons, sparkling cider, maybe some champagne, right, Cylindrica? Well, anyway, as you all know, more importantly, today is not just a new year, but it marks the 1 year anniversary of the Only Way Coalition of Homeschool Moms. Yes. Anyway, as the calendar, or the Julian calendar in paganism, and it actually marks the celebration of the feast of the circumcision of Christ. Yes, as you all should know. Um, So we're gonna have our meeting today. Good thing we were able to DVR that Rose Bowl parade, and so let's get going. Let's open the floor up for some new business.
Well, as I was thinking about ordering school books this year, I just feel very conflicted about whether or not I should stray from using just Bob Jones to possibly using a little bit of a Becca in there. Because I think Bob Jones does a wonderful job of, quoting scripture in science books to show how science is in the Bible. And he is just so right on biblically that I'm very unsure about what to do. But one thing I am sure of is that I will continue using Sax and math throughout my children's school careers. Well, I use Becca, and I personally think it is a great curriculum to use.
Well, I just want to mention that even though we'll miss him, I think that Ryan Seacrest has made an excellent replacement for Dick Clark in the New Year's Eve extravaganza.
Um, who's Ryan Seacrest?
Something I have been just really concerned about recently has been this recent proliferation in all these obsessions with zombies and death and vampires and death, and it's kind of scary. It's demonic. It's gross. It's really just unpleasant. I mean, look at all the zombie movies. Night of the Living Dead, The Calling of Duty's game, The Walking Dead, Abraham Lincoln Zombie Slayer, World War Z. All these are about zombies. And you know what? I got to thinking that I think our culture is so obsessed with death because that they know deep down inside that they deserve death. And I also wanted to kind of talk about what our year schedule kind of looked like for our Bible study. I know it's a separate group, but we're all here, so we might as well look into that. So this is kind of what our year's going to look like, women's Bible study wise. So obviously, we're going to start out with Proverbs 31. Then we're going to do, kind of half the chapters, then kind of let it fall off in 12 Extraordinary Women. We're going to segue right into Titus 2 for about 4 months. Following that, we're going to hit up some character studies. We're going to ease on down the road right into Hannah. We're going to do Ruth a little bit. That would be a good one to bring your daughters for because, she gets married. And then we're going to go into, maybe we're going to touch on Esther. Then we're going to do a little bit in Lies Women Believe. And then we're going to come right back around to Proverbs 31. Okay, so that's the plan.
Well, I was wondering if we could maybe, for our women's Bible study, do Ephesians or Philippians, maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry, Candace, did you not hear me? We already went over the Bible study schedule for this year. We already have one.
Well, Happy New Year's, ladies. I started off my morning with a new breakfast shake, and it's just so healthy for me. But I just wanted to let you guys know, so you can plan ahead, that we are going to be having a movie night for the children at my house on Saturday, okay? So, you can bring them on over around 7. I was just very conflicted about what movie we should be watching. And, there's just so many things wrong with so many Disney movies. For instance, Aladdin, because there are just hints and suggestions towards Islamic extremism throughout the entire movie. And also, I'd like to point out Pocahontas and Lion King, because Pocahontas, there's the spirits in the wind and the trees, and, we side with colonization. And in Lion King, there's the circle of life, and it just encourages pantheism in both those movies. And also, I'd like to point out in Little Mermaid, her single father, we're not really sure what's going on with that situation, and she is very disobedient to her father. And also, she is very immodestly dressed. Another movie is Mulan. She is very disobedient to her father. And there's ancestors that come back as ghosts. And she is a crossdresser. And I just feel that Shang has a man crush on Ping, who is Mulan as a man. And I just also like to point out Cinderella. Even though her stepmother is a terrible person, you are supposed to honor your father and mother, and she just does not do that. She sneaks out in the middle of the night and disobeys. Another is Toy Story. I don't think it's bad that children think their toys are alive, but it alludes to the whole monsters under the bed thing, and, so obviously Monsters, Inc. is out too. And I just want them to be able to sleep in their rooms at night and not be afraid, So, another movie that I have an issue with also is Snow White, because she is a single, unmarried woman, and she's living in a house with 7 men. And, Lady and the Tramp, they kiss over spaghetti. And I just don't want my kids trying that at home. And also, Lady gets pregnant before she's married. Another movie, Beauty and the Beast, with the Princess Belle. This movie encourages Stockholm Syndrome, and she falls in love with a non-human. Another movie, Pinocchio. I just have an issue with this because he chooses pleasure over obedience to his father and maker. I'd also like to point out Alice in Wonderland, which encourages drugs and the use of a hookah. My kids should not know what a hookah is at this crucial age when they're this young. And the last movie that I'd like to point out is Hercules, because there is just hints. Well, no, the whole movie is revolved around polytheism and many gods. So, that we're left with Cars 2. So at least you know that your children will be watching a wholesome family movie. Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
I thought we could go around and just talk about our New Year's resolutions. Let's start with you, Majestica.
I have resolved to read my Bible every day, so I have a daily Bible reading plan. Oh, Majestica, I found a Bible reading plan also. Okay. I would like to exercise every day this year and lose a little weight. I would like to learn to knit my own shawls and learn how to play His Eye is on the Sparrow on the recorder.
I have resolved to watch every episode of the Twilight Zone marathon today. Well, as much as I don't want to talk about resolutions, because of their pagan origin in ancient Babylonia, where the people would resolve to pay their debts, or the peacock vow that the medieval knights took to be more chivalrous, and it kind of evolved, changed from there. I will share with you my resolutions. Yes, my resolution this year is about resolutions. I am going to the Resolved Conference. I'm reading the resolutions of Jonathan Edwards. I will read the resolutions of the United Nations. And I will be strengthened in my resolve. And this year, most important of all, let's all make a resolution. Let's do the Only Way Coalition of Homeschool Moms right this year. Happy New Year's, ladies. Happy New Year.